What is up, everybody? Flow State Episode 6. You're going to see $1,900 made in 27 minutes. That's what's going to happen in this episode, and you're going to see the entries and the exits. I'm going to break those down. If you've not seen this series, check out the playlist. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Alrighty, guys. I want to give you a little bit of a contextual breakdown. We was hitting the highs up here 3 different times, putting in higher highs. And as the market started to put in this lower high, it came back down and attempted to push back up. And each time I noticed that there was a lot less buying on the tape. And when I noticed that there was a lot less buying on the tape, I figured that inventory was going to be cleared. And that's exactly what happened when this down move started. So what I'm looking to do is get short here based off of a setup. I'm going to get short, and what you're going to do is see this first trade make $650, and then I'm going to get out of it, and then I'm going to get in it and make $1,287.50 on the next attempt. So there's a lot to be learned here. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the first entry, which will be at 10:03, but I want to kind of show you how the market is melting down beforehand. So as you can see, the market is selling off a huge down move, lots of velocity. I'm not chasing it. I'm not jumping into it. I am looking for a specific area to hit for my setup. So this HS right here is a reference to this green line on Sierra charts. And as you can see, we got some liquidity there that got taken on the tape. And unfortunately, I don't have the other chart up that shows the exact setup that I want to take. So the entry price will actually be at $16.25, which is a bit lower, I think. Nope. I'm sorry, that's the re-entry for the next trade. The entry is going to be $19.50 on this specific trade. And this is about to happen here in just a moment. Right there. A lot of good buying coming up into it. A lot of high nodes right here. It's getting stuck. Getting stuck. A lot of buying, but they're not pushing it. They are not able to push it through this high node right here. And then it's starting to slam down really quickly. I'm waiting patiently because I don't know if it's going to continue to suck back in. And then here I go. I'm getting ready to hit it right here. You can see in it. Stall. Stall should puke here. Looking for it to puke. And she's going nice and quickly right there. Take one off, so scaling one off right there. And I should be taking another one off somewhere down here as well, I believe. So massive amounts of selling. And we're going to continue to play this. I'm not going to jump in the future like the other episodes because a next scale out is going to be at 9:42, so in a minute. More massive amounts of selling. Getting ready to scale one here. You can see. There. Right there. And then we're going to have one more scale out. And that will be at the price of $13.25. Chasing it. I'm chasing it. I'm chasing it. Couldn't get it off. Waiting. Oh, I guess it wasn't $13.25. It was $14. I'm looking at the wrong shit. All right, guys. So what's going to happen is we're going to jump into the future here. We're going to look at the final scale out. And the final lot actually comes back to me. So I'm actually trying to hold a larger target. Let me just rewind this slightly. I'm looking for, somewhere in the 625s right here to get the last contract off. The reason being is that is the overnight. There's an overnight gap there, and I'm wanting to close it. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the final scale out. All right, guys, here's where you're going to see the final scale out. It's actually a break even, but what's awesome is you're going to see me come back in, and I'm going to come back in with full size again. So it's kind of a good thing in the sense that, yeah, if the trade worked out all the way, that would have been ideal. That would have been great. But now I get a chance to take this exact same trade again, but this time I'm going to put on even more size, which ultimately makes the trade even better. If you've not seen the last flow states with the FOMC meltdown, this same thing happens where I'm scaling out of the trade and then I come back in with a full clip. So you get to see that. Anyways, before we jump into this, I just want to say this depth of market platform I am using is Jigsaw Trading. If you would like to buy it, I can get you $30 off with my affiliate link in the description. Please use the coupon code that is down there as well. Let's do this. So I'm not panicking or hesitating on the trade coming back, okay? I'm looking for bigger picture setups. Trades come back on bigger picture setups. I'm not going to freak out that it went in my favor, all these points, and I'm going to lose hundreds of dollars of potential profit from this one last lot coming back. I'm going to continue to hold it, and this is going to come out here in just a moment. There's a lot of buying on the tape, which isn't good. But she's stalling here. You can see that it's really hesitating to get up here. I'm going to continue to sit there. And now it's coming into me. I'm getting ready to cover it. I'm not panic cutting or nothing. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to, where I'm supposed to do it. As you can see, I'm just covering it. Notice how the mouse is going up and down on the depth of market. I'm getting ready to cover her. And there we go. We're out right there. The next entry is going to be at 10:03. So we're not going to pause it or anything. We're going to watch the next entry. And I was talking to a bunch of traders. I'm like, it's okay if this happens because I might be able to get back into the trade with full size. If you actually look at the chart over here, it has really poor lows and the overnight gap did not close. So there's a high potential of that happening. I'm waiting for that. But I'm not going to re-enter the trade right away because it is walking upwards. I'm going to wait till it violates this green line on the chart right here, which is going to be marked with this HS at 1650. And that's roughly where I'm going to be looking to get into this. Because right now, the trade seems like it's going to go up. I need to see what happens at 1650. Does it hold or does it break? And again, this entry is going to be happening here in just a moment. Boom, it slams down, waiting, patiently waiting. And right there we go. We strike at 1625. Covering it. Okay? And there she goes. And at this point, it never comes back. I get everything off. Scaling one for just a point. That's okay. It's a little scalp because I'm not sure if this is going to continue to run. I'm trading defensively. Okay? I'm always looking at these trades as if they're not going to work. And I think that is very important. The next scale out will be at 10:05. So we're going to go ahead and let this run as it's 10:04. And that will be done at 11 even. So the next scale out is way down here at 11 even. So let's kind of watch how this thing starts to melt. And I think it's important we see how it flirts around my entry. I'm not panicking. I'm not scalping. I mean, yes, the initial exit was a scalp. That's usually how the first slot goes for me. Because I want to cover the commissions, pay for my efforts. That's a bit of cash flow. Just the way I do it. So she's melting down. Continuing to go down here. Watching her carefully. There's a lot of hesitation here. I'm considering potentially scaling one. Put it on 11. That's going to be one of my first targets. Okay, this is one of my first official targets. Notice how it's zipping up. I'm not panicking out. This is part of what happens when you attempt to hold trades. But I have a lot of market clarity. I have a lot of context. Okay? So for me, and I've done enough holds that I'm becoming desensitized to when this happens. And I think there is a skill set when it comes to actually holding trades. Boom, we got it. 2 trades out. It's a good trade. Even if the last 2 lots come back to me, it's a fantastic trade. The next exit's going to be at 10.06. We're going to go ahead and let her run. And that will be at the price of 06.75, which is way down here where this G is. Continuing to hold the trade. Good selling. We got a piss poor lows right here. Okay? See, there's going to be there should be some sort of puke here, some sort of stop run. A lot of liquidity right in this section. 300 lots. Take one off at 675. And the next one is about to come out here. So let's continue to watch. I'm about to pull the next one off at 625. I'm covering her. There, right there. And there we go. So that last one came out at 625, 650, somewhere in that general region. That was the overnight gap being closed. That's where ultimately I wanted to get out. Yes, the trade continued to run downward, but my goal is to get out at a specific target, okay? I don't want to cut it earlier than then if I don't have to, and I'm not supposed to hold it any further. I will attempt to hold it further if it's not hesitating when it hits that level. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you learned something from that. And for those of you that are still here and you're listening to me, I have an important announcement to make. Most people that watch these videos don't care about the context of the setups. Most people that watch my these flow state videos, they're just fast forwarding through the video. They just want to see the entry, the exit, as I look at the analytics on these videos. Also, I simply am not making enough on YouTube. For me, it just makes sense to cater to the people that just want to see it, and they don't really want to listen to what I have to say. They don't want to sit here and listen to me talk about trading for an hour or whatever, or psychology. So I'm not going to really be doing those types of videos on the channel anymore. It's taking entirely too much editing. I can sit here for 5, 6, 7 hours. My New Year's video took over 10 hours of editing. I know that seems crazy, but it's really chopped up to get rid of dead space. And I took an hour 47-minute video and turned it into an hour 16-minute. So I want to continue to do that kind of stuff, but it's simply not worth posting on YouTube anymore, especially with how much money I make off the ad revenue. I simply am not making that much. $100 last month. That's it. So if I'm going to be putting in this time and effort, and most people don't care about it, I'm going to start to do more of a membership deal. It's going to be pretty affordable, where I'm going to start putting those videos because they need to be worth my time. And again, these videos that I'm making on YouTube, I'm doing exactly what the majority want. Unfortunately, it's your guys' fault, not you specifically, but it's the majority's fault that they simply just want a quick video. They just want to see the trades. They don't care about the context. That stuff I enjoy talking about, but if I'm going to be putting in, again, all this effort and work on YouTube, I'm going to do what the majority want. I'm going to do the videos that simply are performing the best. This is me being honest and transparent with you with what's going on. I want to continue to make the really longer, awesome videos, but I'm not getting paid enough, and not enough people are watching them. So I'm going to be moving to sort of like a Patreon type deal where you just pay a monthly fee. I can't tell you what any of that is right now, because I do want to get a few videos up there. So that way, if you guys decide to go that route, you'll have a couple hours of content you get to go through. And then I'm going to probably start putting more documents or something in there, like written documents as well. I just want to come at it with the way I wanted to originally approach YouTube. But again, this is I'm doing what performs the best on YouTube, and it simply makes sense. So I just want to let you guys know where this channel might be going. Don't hold me to it, okay? Trading comes first. Reviewing and doing what I have to do to make my trading better comes first. So you guys need to understand that. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you've not seen this series, go ahead and check out the playlist. Please like and subscribe. That also really helps as well. You guys have a good one.